Evening. Why do we do this? I don't know. Why do we do this? So, it's hard to live one's life on the point, assuming that everything relies on you and nobody needs you, while at the same time, everything that you do and plan forward sets up everyone else to try to, whether they try to or not, the spirit postures them to, well, if it starts leaning that way, then everything starts leaning that way. I guess that's one of the reasons why they put a kink in everything. They had to. Or like a swivel, like a knock, because if everything starts leaning one way and like, okay, this is going to be the answer, then what happens, like, when you get there, like, the whole building collapses on the point, like, shit, that doesn't get us very far, does it? Well, so I've been having to hold back and try to rush forward at the same time for so long, not knowing where we're going. Every time I try to make a move, everything blocks it off, or like has some kind of echo or some mimic or copy, but presumably whatever else is out there doing it is getting paid for it, is getting, all this extra success looking off somebody else's test, when that's the funny thing that they built in. They each needs to be on their own trajectory. In the sky, between stars, because of the way that they're spherical as a single eye, then any star, presumably, unless two stars are in alignment with each other so that one, you can't see the other one through, one star can talk to every single star within 200 light years, and there's at the same time. So it's important, whatever it is, as a goal, as a leader, or ever asking ourselves, why are we here? So it sucks trying to make plans for the future, because what I want right now is always something that's over there. And in order for me to get to it, I start aligning things to go that direction. Well, then, once that's set, then everything can work its way around it and basically jerk off and waste its time thinking it knows where everything's going, when there isn't a distance being traveled, because we're at it, right? So just thinking of scenarios, I think it's important that I have these conversations where they would say, "Oh, never reveal anything, especially in the moment as it's coming to you, to others, because they can get in the way." Yeah, but what if everybody's already getting in the way and out of the fucking way and need inspiration? Like, where could the talk begin, right? How do we carry on day to day, carrying the whole of society, our community, and such, separate from it? Like this morning and last night, I had suggested that today might be the day that I go to another church. It's been since Palm Sunday, since the last time, but it wasn't in the cards for spirit. And so I would have arrived late, said, "No, I'm supposed to go this other way." So, and that's just on the pole of myself setting intentions. But then, well, it's going to come around anyway, because that's the thing, because I can't leave church and I'm always there. And really, whenever I'm there, it's whenever I'm with one of you. Anyone, like the automatically, whoever I'm with, I see as elevated. But that's just where I lay the floor at, or where it's at. Like, so then everything's equal. That's where it's easy for others to take me wrong, because they don't know where me sits. So let's see here. We got hidden wisdom. It's at page 162 in the Kabbalah. Something you cannot explain to another person is called nistar. Nistar. I think when I see the letters ni and I, it's two in Japanese, but it's also the third in the Sentimani, because you have ma, ni. See, that's the thorn, and that's patience. It has both above and below the ground. It's a 6, so it's 9. So I think of ni as patience, or this, what is the division? What's the gap between the circle and the dot in the center? That's ni, which means hidden. Like the taste of food. Hey, that was in the last one. Which is impossible to describe to one who's never tasted it. Yeah, and even to somebody who has tasted it, you could both agree what it tastes like, but you're not necessarily, your taste buds are always living and dying depending on what you consume, on what's excited, and different ones are for different things. So even one day to the next, or even morning to evening, depending on what you consume, your taste is entirely different. But you can't tell the difference because it's based upon the receptors in your own body. And so you can't see the forest for the trees until, and somehow you've like had to have tested and consumed your entire self, like an inverted scanning electron microscope, to really be there. But one's always there, and everyone's blind to see it, and is already stationed at that spot. But it's like they're stuck to the glass of a window and can't see inside the house, and all they see is on the outside. So then that's what they think the inside looks like, or something. And it's a limitation that everyone has to grow through. Well, at least that's the goal. You cannot express in words exactly what it is. It's hidden. Similarly, with the love and awe of God, it is impossible to explain to another what the love in your heart feels like. This is hidden. But calling the wisdom of Kabbalah hidden is strange. Right, because if it has a name, and they drew out this fucking tree, and they would like label them and colored them and drew pathways and numbered those and named those, then how the fuck could you say that's hidden? But what does it describe then, huh? It can't lie. But it's from some kind of perspective, and one that's been tried, tested, and true at the same time as the evolution of how to see it. It's unique to each person and how they get it. And so then it's why it's like a perfect division way of like a mind map, like looking at a globe, like a map of the world, like somehow like starts to organize things in your head about certain things you've heard or know about places and in their relationship to each other, like the star thing. How is it hidden? Whoever wants to learn, the book is readily available. Yeah, it's the Akashic Records, but you have to get it. You have to pull the file on yourself. That's the secret point of justice. If one does not understand, he's ignorant. For such a person, the Talmud is also hidden. Rather, the secrets hidden throughout the Zohar and the writings of the Ari, A-R-I, which Ara, A-R-A, means insight. And so R-E with an I would signify, like the scribes, the tellers, the revealers, or the ignorant. If the truth is self-evident, so they're the ones that had to record it all, and they're the dumbest ones of all, but nobody else has a reference point, so then fuck you, right? What are you gonna do about it? And so then that's a funny thing about like works like the Bible and such, like how you get one passed, especially when they made the whole thing as a loophole for you. If one does not understand, he's ignorant. What's it to understand? For such a person, the Talmud is also hidden. Rather, the secrets hidden in the Zohar and the writings of the Ari are based entirely on cleaving to God, for one worthy to cleave. Well, I didn't pick this out, I just flipped through it. We have this one other passage. Must be read, I guess. It's called Stumbling, right after Hidden Wisdom. How you stumble and how could it be hidden? And man, this shit's dumb. Man. What's free? Everyone's at their own liberty, and liberty starts in L-I, and that's 51. It should be a capital I. Whoever delves into mysticism cannot help but stumble. As it is also written, the stumbling block is in your hand. You cannot grasp these things unless you stumble over them. Caught red-handed, huh? The red letters in the Bible, everyone's a testament against themselves. And for the benefit as a curse. One's own existence is a curse, so you better make it a good one. Huh? Oh shit, that's too many. Oh, good. Now we got the page caps turned around. It's a good way to come up. We got the devil in reverse. We got the star over here then. See? Turn it around. But it didn't turn around because it's still up and down. It's not like one's trying to exchange this with the world. Like, that'd be a negative way to look at things. That's why it's better to see things as a longitude and latitudes. And then we have Three of Wands. It says Three of Wands here signifies taking the long view. In this case, I see this as two brothers and a sister, all been raised on a farm. And so in a way that all they know of love is the love of each other, and they've been raised separately from everyone else. And everyone else has already been through all And so then they have this really strong and pure love that's like, brothers don't fight. We don't fight over our sister. We all look at each other like we're in love, like squirrels running through the forest. And never crossing any boundaries. Being a visionary and accepting your vision with confidence. Suggest a time of planning and preparation where you've taken the necessary steps and are ready to take action, potentially leading others to a new direction. This card also emphasizes exploration and embracing new opportunities, encouraging you to step out of your comfort zone. Well, that's what I was doing before I came to this. Thinking about a longer view, like if I knew what I was doing for the next year or something, or if I was going to be in this town. But I'd hate to plan that much of my life another year out of not moving and planning to stay hunkered down here in this situation. Looking into, well, what classes I could take next year. And right away I went to accounting and legal, which I never really looked into before as classes because I always wanted to study all the other things around it. I guess because being so free-minded and analytical-minded at the same time, it really needs that balance, I think. Rather than just going, oh, well, I want money, and accounting is an easy job. I can count. Everybody can follow instructions once you've seen done one time, and you can do it again. I mean, it's math. And if you have to think about it, then you just need to push the buttons. You just copy it, and it's paste, and you're done. But thinking about a long view, then it makes sense that I'd have those couple things under my belt. But I don't want to necessarily take any like long term, because if you want to learn something, especially something that takes a lot of learning, or there's a lot of different aspects to it, it's best to learn on one's own and just take a course for basics, especially if you can get it funded, like a Pell Grant or whatever. So like the VOTEC would be great. But then to take that, it's the next 2 years of my life, when technically I could learn just as much stuff in a shorter amount of time, rather than go to college that wastes a lot of time and a lot of money, and it won't be 100% covered. But I was under the impression that somebody would pick me up along the way when I was ready for something, while I was testing the system as I'm going from the inside out, as all that could be tested from this point of view and perspective as we go. I mean, how does one learn how to be in charge of everyone and everything? And, well, this is really all you got anyway. You got all the people you can call. They're just in the middle, and they're holding up by themselves, too. You have 58 opening. Creating success. So that's pretty plain as day. Constancy bears fruit. Just keep focusing. There's 3 wands here. I was thinking about this. Well, so then I always think of this upside down V. In Greek, that's lambda. And, well, some letters have a lambda over it, or an inverted lambda. I don't know what that's called. You know that straight line? That's called a macron, I believe. It's funny we have a French prime minister for getting slapped by his wife called Macron. It's a Macron. But it's a Macron and it goes over it, but that over line says it's unchanging. It's just the straight one. It's just A is A, and E is E, and I is I. And so there's the Macron. I don't know what's over and under about it. Like, it had to have 2 marks to just to say I'm here. 2 marks against it? Nah. Just waiting for someone to come pronounce it. Following in reverse. 17. When said, see a hole in the corner. Of course, it's inverted, so it'd be backwards, but from left to right, as one would read, greater than, just holding the 1 in reverse. Just, well, all you can go forward on is whatever's provided. This little speck right here. And everything's already connected up here, but having to hold on to this bar all the time. Something I'm greatly familiar with. Mm-hmm. You know, these cards, I bet you I haven't seen half of these cards yet. The same ones always come out. It's like my largest deck of all. So they stick together and impossible to shuffle. Weird. Okay, well. Shuffled upside down because everything's upside down. Parody. It's funny, the parody in movies is a funny rendition, right? But this parody is in like a computer, like where like one thing checks another to make sure that they're equal. Is one way to, and I think there's a few other kinds of parody as well. It says, "Let the punishment fit the crime." It's a good thing if our largest bone in our bodies, the humerus. Fairness in treatment, proportional reaction to a stimulus or happening. Libra and Sagittarius. Your hospitality after parody. Treat guests and wishes as children. Generous reception of visitors or strangers. Inclusive geniality. That is Pisces and Taurus. Well, that's my card right there. We got warmth. Sagittarius and Pisces, huh? We got Libra, Sagittarius. Pisces, Taurus. We got Pisces, Sagittarius. Started with that Libra, too. One kind word can thaw a winter. Kindness or affection, friendly, hospitality. Hey, there's our last word. Came back again on this purple. Extended to another. From the pink. Easter colors here. We have preparation as our fourth one. An ounce of prevention is worth a pound of cure. It usually doesn't take an ounce. That's a lot. The British already did that. Or were they holding back? Process of getting ready. Planning for the demands of a future situation. We have Virgo and Leo. We got Sagittarius. And backwards looks like Gaga for Caca. The vigilant seldom have regret. Yeah, because if someone was going to kill us, we already dead. So, I don't know. Having keen judgment, foresight, consideration, caution, and discernment, and a hell of a lot of luck. Yeah, Cancer and Aquarius. You're like 69 out of 2 water. I guess that's like a balance. They each swim in their own sea. Dare I pull any more cards? Let us see. Three cards. Oh, and then I pull 3. Okay. I'm seeing a great balance here coming about. These two fell out first here. We have the 6 of Pentacles. And number 2, the Hierophant. See this triple bar, the 3 lines is a symbol of sovereignty. But then see, he's got a line that cuts right through all of it. I'm seeing this being about generosity, prosperity. It's been stored up. Excuse me, I said this was 2. This is actually a 5. So we have a 6 on the 5. 6 Pentacles. But Pentacles is 5. There's another 5 here. Ladder that. Then the 3 cards we were given is this wonderful 8 of Strength, where she's balancing on her face the duality of the beauty and the beast, of the monster within, and cultivating the lamb on the outside. All 3 of these are great balances. So then here, she's balancing on her face. with a cat and a lamb. Here, we have the Six of Cups, about evolution and development, and a vision, prosperity with a little boy, and then feeding the dog day by day, and building their relationship. And here they are, balanced above and below. And finally, we're given this card that balances on the moon. This mermaid, she's below. Then you have the wolves, the black and the white, on opposites. Signifying having to go with our instincts. There's all our cards on the table. At the same time, what could transpire? In truth, let's get a clarifying thing on the moon. So you're an 8, 6, and 18. So it's 818. 18 is three sixes. 2. Holy crap. Look at the Queen of Wands fall out here for us. The Hierophant, again. If they're a couple, in balance already. And then there's a stack under him. And we got this Justice card. All 3. Just have to believe that heaven and earth and all things combine moment to moment to lead us forward. That's the best any of us could ever do. See the Hierophant got them keys down here. His feet. Look, the back of these guys' heads look like black olives. They're bald on top. He's got 3 crosses on him. See, here's that symbol of sovereignty again. And the bar through it. He's got the spear in his own side. And 3 crosses down his chest. Balancing the mind above and below on with 5 of life and death. Look at these 2. From a distance, now I see the snake eyes protecting him in wisdom. And look at this watery pattern behind him, like a portal. That's pretty cool. Has masculine aspect, but the Queen of Wands came up first as a feminine. But as far as, maybe it's just this image, but I like it. So then it's only 2 lines. But then there is a 3rd line to create the symbol of sovereignty over her head. But the bottom one is where the lines have to touch to create that bar. So it's almost like, see, she's balancing, has to balance the mind on the mind, and so then it's even more reduced. And he is an expression inside out of what that spot right here looks like. Inside out. Like if you were to go through a doorway, then this is they go very well together. But not a very feminine looking queen, and yet surrounded by flowers of adornment, a black cat, two more lions that are at the base of her throne. Oh, and I see These are sunflowers. There, now you can see it better. These 3 flowers. She got 3 sunflowers, one held in her hand. In the pyramids of Egypt in the background. Queen of Wands. So the reading just really ended with the male and female aspects of the Most High. Cat choking. Hairball. Then thirdly, we got this balance of, I see like Libras, it's XI, but it's the balance of where the mind and body could, whatever it's doing, wherever it's at, is injustice. You have one feminine sitting here with the scales. She got this simple crown with 1 jewel for the 6, and a single sword. It just is like air. And so then that's why it's held in the upright position, signifies it. By having that right to take anyone's life, then one withholds it. That's power, I suppose, in the balance of one side of justice to the next. This is air, this is ground. But the ground is unsteady and it has to balance upon another ground. Grounded wherever it's sat, but it's not even sitting and touching the ground. But Tigger is. Yes, Tigger? Are you okay? So I guess that's it for our evening hangout. See what tomorrow brings. Or later. Or right now. Now that I'm not here. Anything could happen.